Poseidon saw you, and the coming storm will swallow you. The first city does not sink with screams, sink with silence. The columns of the temples bend like knees before an angry king. The statues that once worshipped the sea god, perfect, bearded, invincible colossi, now float in pieces. Arms, tridents, empty eyes. The tide does not advance furiously. She moves forward for shore. The ocean is not reacting, it's running. In the center of a flooded temple, a coral altar lies split in half, spit out by the sea itself, as if unworthy to house a god. And in the background, it spins, the sea turns, around something no one should see. He knows. There is a name involved in this betrayal, a face, and today Poseidon wants to collect, not with waves, but with memory. You feel the weight of the water before you even touch it, as if the sea already knew who you were and what it hides. But before everything goes dark, before your breath is taken away by the salt, a voice pierces the chains and whispers straight into your chest, "Return to Olympus if you can." Now, you face Poseidon, or let the ocean take what's left of your story. From which part of the world are you watching this? What city, what coast would the sea have to swallow to make you believe this is all real? Comment below. We want to know.
The name Atlantis hangs in the air like smoke. No one dares repeat it, but everyone hears it. And then you see. It's not a memory. It's not a vision. It's a memory that washes over you like a tide. It's not yours, but it courses through your eyes, your bones, and your blood as if it had always been there. The temple crumbles around you, and in a blink you are in another time. Priests dressed in navy blue place jewels in calm waters. The waves receive them like welcoming fingers. Poseidon watches from a distance. He smiles. There is still balance. But the gold stops coming, and with its absence comes disruption. A hooded figure walks among the rituals. Without hesitation, she throws a blade at the altar, but not at Poseidon. A merman, a sun, blood that should be eternal, is spilled as if it were common. You feel the impact in your chest, in your bones. The ground shakes as if the ocean itself has revolted. Voices emerge from between the columns, whispering, plots that should never have been spoken, gods and priests, together, conspiring to remove Poseidon. Not out of justice, out of fear. They wanted control, order, no longer the whims of a god who refused to bow his head. And you see Hera in front, Athena complicit, silent, Aphrodite smiling before the dead body. Marriages between gods and mortals never work out, but they always lead to good wars, she says, touching the water that now carries blood. The image fades, the ruined temple returns, but something in you hasn't returned. You felt that pain as if it were your own. And maybe it always was. All eyes turn to you, not with curiosity, with recognition. "He's one of them," Apollo whispers, "one of the forgotten ones." You don't fully understand, but you feel it. The sea doesn't chase you for nothing. Your blood attracts Poseidon, and that's why he's coming. The voices don't stop. They don't argue. They collide, like thunder trying to silence each other. You try to breathe, but the air is heavy, hot, humid, dense, as if the ocean is trying to get into your lungs before the water does. He broke the pact, Hera declares, with the coldness of someone who doesn't expect to be challenged. Her voice echoes between the leaning columns like a verdict already decided. Athena watches silently. Her eyes are unblinking. They're fixed on the trident, as if expecting it to move on its own, as if she's seen this happen before. He didn't break, he fought back, Eris says, entering with the posture of someone who came not to talk, but to fight. His hands are covered in sand, his eyes are burning, his chest is puffed out. Finally, someone who understands what war is. You watch the gods as if they were in a courtroom, but there are no judges, only accomplices, all of them trying to decide who will bear the blame this time. He threatened the entire world, Apollo says, his voice low, but with the weight of a contained storm. He warned you, Ares replies, without blinking. And then it all clicks. What's happening isn't an attack, it's a reckoning so old it was buried along with the corals. Poseidon screamed, and no one heard. Athena approaches you. Her eyes are so serene, like the sea a second before the wave. You knew he was tricked, didn't you? You want to deny it, but her gaze has already decided for you, and it's too late. The truth cuts more than salt. The pact wasn't broken by Poseidon. It was violated by mortals, by cities that hid offerings, by falsified rituals, by priests who purposely delivered sacrifices to the wrong god, all planned to provoke the sea's fury, so that, once enraged, Poseidon could be accused, condemned, and exiled. You feel the ground vibrate, but it's not the trident, it's the ocean. The crime was human, but the guilt is divided among the gods, and now it's spreading across your wrists. Which side would you be on? Of the betrayed god, or of those who engineered his downfall? And most importantly, what runs in your blood? Because maybe it's not just human.
The name Atlantis still hangs in the air like thick smoke. No god repeats it, but everyone hears it. And you see, not with the eyes, with the soul. The vision isn't yours, but it comes in like a hurricane. You don't remember experiencing it, but you feel every detail as if you were there, as if you'd always been a part of it. The hall around you disappears, the columns melt, and the world changes. Priests in navy blue robes walk on a submerged marble floor. They place jewels in open shells. The waves accept each offering with affection. There is order. There is respect. Poseidon watches from afar, silent, imposing. He smiles. But the gold stops coming. The altar remains empty, and with the silence comes the rupture. A hooded figure steps through the rituals. He doesn't hesitate. He throws a curved dagger, shiny as a fish scale, straight at the altar. Not to harm the god, but a merman, a sun. The navy blue blood flows, silent, deep, cold. You feel the pain as if it were your own, and maybe it always was. The columns tremble, the waters recede, and the conspiracy is revealed. Among the conspirators, Hera stands at the forefront. Athena stands motionless, without protest. Aphrodite smiles, as if she's been waiting for this moment for centuries. Marriages between gods and mortals never work out, but they always lead to good wars. The image fades, reality returns, but you don't come back whole. There's something burning inside, a recognition, an ancestral echo that now pulses through his veins.
All eyes are on you, not with surprise, with confirmation. He's one of them, Apollo says, emotionless, one of the forgotten ones. You don't know what that means, but the sea knows. Your blood is calling to Poseidon, and he is coming, not for revenge, but for you.
You hear before you see, an impossible sound, as if the skeleton of a mountain were being crushed from within, and then the sea attacks. Not like a wave, like a living creature, a wall of water growing on the horizon, bending the light, hiding the sun, swallowing everything that dares to look in its face. Within it, shapes move, colossal seahorses, sculpted from foam and muscle, translucent tentacles that dance like veils, faceless mermaids, stone crabs, nameless leviathans. The trident vibrates on the altar as if screaming. The temple trembles, the ceiling begins to give way, the floor splits into hungry cracks. You run, but there is no safe direction. Outside, coastal cities disappear without a sound. Entire ports sink as if erased from the world. There are no screams, only silence. A silence so absolute it seems to be drowning in time. Deep within the wave, eyes open, enormous, ancient, connected to creatures sealed since before the gods, all responding to a single call. Poseidon doesn't just want to destroy, he wants the earth to breathe water. He wants the world to remember who rules where the abyss begins. Eris roars with pleasure. Zeus watches in silence. Aphrodite dances atop a collapsing column, spinning as if she were the queen of a shipwreck. You stumble, you fall, and two hands reach out. One of Athena, firm, cold. Another of Hera, quick, impatient. "Choose," says Athena. "Quickly," says Hera. "The sea doesn't wait." You don't know what they want, but you know what's at stake. An ark floats in the distance, amidst the wreckage. Inside, the last survivors, his mother among them. In the temple, a priest screams. He holds something that shouldn't exist, the apple of the abyss. You can only save one side, and the question cuts like salt in an open wound. Would you save the one you love, or the only chance to prevent the end of the world? Poseidon doesn't choose, he sinks, but you can still decide, for now. The sky splits, not in clouds, in sound. Zeus's thunder splits the firmament like a golden blade, but the light it carries does not illuminate, it blinds. On the other side, the sea rises in response. Poseidon's trident rises from the depths, pulling the waters as if the entire ocean were merely an extension of his arm. They don't shout, they don't speak, they don't ask for a truce. Between brothers who have already betrayed each other, there is no diplomacy. And you are at the center of the collision. Lightning strikes, the water boils, every drop that touches your skin burns like molten metal, salt seeps into wounds you never knew existed. You scream, but the sound is drowned out by the force of the impact. Poseidon advances, mounted on a creature made of scales and living coral. His eyes shine not with hatred, but with determination. Zeus waits atop a floating tower made of condensed cloud and thunder. The world holds its breath, and then they collide. Lightning strikes the sea, the trident pierces the storm, the impact tears continents apart, mountains tremble, rivers dry up, the map of Greece changes before your eyes. You're not seeing gods fighting, you're seeing primordial forces trying to rewrite creation. Amidst the chaos, Athena approaches. She's not scared, nor surprised. She's lucid. Now you understand. None of them want peace. They want domination. You watch Poseidon drown cities as if to wash away the world's memory, Zeus destroying the sky so as not to lose control of the earth. If you want to survive, Athena continues, choose power. If you want justice, choose memory. And then you understand, no choice is clean, none leaves the world intact, because now it's clear. There are no heroes among the gods, only sides, and yet someone still expects you to choose one, now.
The sound disappears. It does not diminish, it does not dissolve, it just disappears. The clash between the trident and the lightning bolt opened something, not in the sky, in the world. And now the world can't breathe. No wind, no sea, no you. It's as if reality has been ripped away, as if time itself had forgotten to move on. The gods also stop. Eris lowers his fist. Athena closes her eyes. Zeus descends from the cloud with uncertain steps. Poseidon stands motionless, trident in hand, eyes fixed on something no one else sees. You feel it, not a presence, a vacuum, as if the ocean, which had just destroyed, was now afraid. The waters recede, not as a tide, as an escape. And what emerges in the background should never have been exposed. Black rocks, broken chains, symbols that not even the gods recognize. And in the center, a golden glow. It's not light, it's not fire, it's a fruit. Small, perfect, radiating a power that makes even immortals cringe. It can't be, Hera whispers. This was sealed before Olympus. And then she appears, Eris, on the edge of the crater. In her eyes there is no chaos. There is purpose. She lifts the object, a snitch, golden, immaculate, forbidden. Let the choosing begin, she says, and smile. But deep in your chest, something tightens. Why do you feel? The snitch is not being revealed. He is being remembered.
The apple pulses, not in Eris's hand, in you. You feel its weight even without touching it, as if the object already knows exactly where it belongs. The gods remain silent, and their silence is more terrifying than any thunder. It shouldn't exist, Athena says, her eyes fixed on the golden fruit. But it does, Aphrodite replies with a half smile. And now someone has to choose. And why him? Hera demands, pointing straight at you. He's not even a full god. No one answers. No one defends you. Eris just watches, like someone who's seen this ritual play out before, as if she already knows the ending never changes, only the name of the one who triggers it. You step closer. The apple glows. Then it burns, not like fire, like memory. In an instant, visions explode inside your mind. Ships on fire, cities torn apart, wooden horses sliding through ancient gates, screams, blades, and flames. One name echoes louder than all the rest: Troy. You understand now. This isn't a gift. It's a trigger, a choice dressed as a reward, designed to ignite the end. Hera approaches first. Choose the side of royalty, she says. I'll give you a throne and survival guaranteed. Athena walks forward. Choose wisdom, she offers, and the hidden truths of the world will be yours, even the ones the gods fear. Aphrodite doesn't speak. She just touches your shoulder and smiles.
not like a rival, like someone who's already been chosen. The apple burns hotter, but it's not pain, it's demand. What it wants from you isn't desire, it's sacrifice. Now tell me, which of them would you choose, knowing that any answer will unleash chaos? Aphrodite leans in, whispering one final warning. Choose quickly. The world has already begun to crumble.
You reach out your hand, but before the snitch touches your skin, the ground breaks, not like an earthquake, as a judgment. The temple collapses from the inside out. The columns do not fall, they are swallowed. Walls bend as if trying to stop the inevitable, and the sea returns, not as punishment, but as a seal. You fall, not in stone, not in water, you fall in time. As he falls, voices mingle around him. It's not over yet. He knows too much. What we have awakened is not just Poseidon. The light disappears, the sound disappears, everything goes out, and at the last second, when you are no longer sure if it still exists, a voice whispers, as if it had always been there. If surviving the wedding of the gods was already impossible, wait until you see when they all choose sides.
You don't know how long you've been falling. Minutes? Hours? Lives? But what awaits you at the bottom is not the sea. It's something older, darker, more silent than the death of the gods. Broken chains float in the void, rocks with symbols that not even the Titans dared to translate. The echo of forgotten names that the gods tried to bury, including yours. If Poseidon sank cities, what you are about to find can sink Olympus itself. Want to discover what's buried beneath Atlantis? So dive in with us. The next chapter is not out of curiosity. It's for survival.